they will not show you. This is the first and most important thing to understand, because the not showing is so complete, so comprehensively maintained, that it functions as its own form of communication, one that says, with apparent clarity, that there is nothing to show, that the interior is quiet, that the ending or the distance, or whatever form the separation has taken, is being processed with the composed efficiency of someone for whom loss is simply a circumstance to be managed rather than a wound to be felt. The not showing is not the truth. It is the avoidant's oldest and most practiced skill deployed at maximum capacity, the full force of a suppression mechanism that has been operational since childhood, directed at the specific, overwhelming, entirely unmanageable feeling of losing you, or being in the process of losing you, or living in the suspended uncertainty of a connection with you that will not resolve into either the closeness they want or the clean departure their fear keeps almost choosing. Underneath the not showing, there is pain. Real, present, active pain that is not being processed so much as contained, held under pressure, like something that would expand to fill every available space if the containment ever failed. The pain has several layers, and they are not experienced sequentially. They arrive simultaneously, which is part of what makes the avoidance suppression so energetically costly in this period. They are not managing one difficult feeling, but several, all pressing against the same walls at the same time. The most surface layer is the loss itself, the specific weighted absence of you, of your particular presence, your particular quality of attention, the specific way being with you felt different from being with anyone else. This layer does not require examination to be felt. It simply is the background ache of missing something that the avoidant self-sufficiency has no adequate substitute for, however determined that self-sufficiency is to perform otherwise. Beneath the loss is something more complicated, the cognitive dissonance of a person who is experiencing the full impact of genuine attachment while simultaneously being committed to the belief that genuine attachment is not something they are particularly subject to. The avoidance identity is, in significant part, constructed around the narrative of not needing people in general, not needing you specifically. The pain directly contradicts this narrative. It is undeniable evidence that the not needing was never the whole truth, and living inside evidence that your most fundamental self-concept is incomplete is a specific, disorienting, quietly devastating form of distress that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with who the avoidant has believed themselves to be. Deeper still is the shame. The avoidant who is in pain over you is also, simultaneously, in pain about being in pain over you. There is a self-directed harshness that accompanies the feeling, an internal commentary that frames the pain as weakness, as the embarrassing consequence of having allowed too much in, as the proof of exactly the vulnerability they spent so much energy trying to prevent. The shame does not reduce the pain. It compounds it, and the compounding generates additional suppression, which generates additional pressure, which generates additional pain, which generates additional shame. The avoidant in this period is caught in a loop that has no clean exit, and that their ordinary coping strategies, distraction, forward motion, the performance of fine, are increasingly inadequate to manage. What you need to understand about all of this is not that it changes anything about the reality of your own situation. The avoidance pain does not repair what is broken. It does not constitute the accountability or the changed behavior or the sustained, demonstrated difference that repair actually requires. Pain is not the same as growth. Suffering is not the same as transformation. And the avoidant who is in genuine, deep pain over you is not, by virtue of the pain alone, someone who has arrived at the capacity to do things differently. But it is real. The pain is real in the same way that your pain is real, with the full weight of genuine attachment encountering genuine loss. It is simply real in a place where no one can see it. In the private, unwitnessed, comprehensively suppressed interior of a person who is carrying the cost of the distance they chose without the relief of being able to set it down. They are not fine. They have not moved on. They are not indifferent to what is happening or to what was lost. They are in pain, quietly, invisibly, without witnesses, without adequate language, without the capacity to bring it to you in any form that would actually serve either of you. alone with it, the way the avoidant is alone with everything that matters most.